Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Heal. And those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Anamika and this is Let's Heal, a community for you and I to come together and talk about things that no one talks about. Mental health being the most important. In today's video, I want to share some of my art pages with you guys. These are the pages that I made when I was going through different states of mind at different points of time. Some of these are really hopeful, bright, and nice, and some are really depressing and hopeless. I just wanted to share this journey with you that I documented to know how I was feeling when. So, this is a doodle scenery that I made some time ago when I was hopefully not doing that bad, and I really liked the way it turned out. This next one, this is my personal favorite. This is one of the designs that I saw on the internet, and then I went about writing this quote, which I'm not sure is my own or if I saw it somewhere. I really don't remember. It happens with me sometimes. The paper that I've used here in most of these pages is tea dyed by me. I wanted that vintage finish to my paper, so I took some computer paper A4 size and some ivory sheets, and I tea dyed both of them. So these are the ivory sheets. They are a little more thicker in nature, and this is how it turned out. And here I've written this depressing quote and drawn a rose and asked questions. I wasn't doing great. This was sometime in last year. Again, this is reflecting the inner state of mind that I have usually, the chaotic state of mind, and I've written some lines. This is the gray area, hope against hope. So basically, it's just a plant without leaves yet roots, and this is again a write up reflecting my state of mind. I mean, you can pause and read if you want, but this is just way too long. This is a puzzle that I drew. Writing is their way out. Again, the mess of my mind. This is my view on karma. Do sinners pay for their sins or not? And this is the origin. I go through this existential crisis sometimes where I think, where have we all come from? Where would we go? And that drawing reflects that. And this is again some light against dark shit which was going on inside my mind. So I put it to pen and paper. This one is a flower basically. It seems like kind of an augmented reality. I have drawn a flower on the full page. There's nothing else. Here I've drawn my hand and drawn some patterns and written something over it. This is my personal favorite. I really like the way it turned out. Lost and then a couple of other emotions. Empty again, the way I feel. And here some other quote that I wrote. This is my own quote. The next one, as you can see, is again a chaos of my own mind, reflecting the anxiety that I go through. It tricks you, it consumes you, and it paralyzes you basically. Nothing new there. Again, the conflict. I'm always in a conflict mentally, this way or that way or some other way. And here, that conflict is being reflected on pen and paper. This one, again, maybe I was trying to be a little hopeful, so I drew the power of life. And this one is the crossroad. Again, since I'm a confused person, I'm always in a dilemma or something or the other, and I find myself standing on a crossroad every now and then. That's how my mind feels, and this is again extremely relatable. No matter what state of mind I'm in, it's usually this black spot which is chaotic in nature. This again, the black hole. I think I've written this in words. The other one was a visual representation. This is a snowflake, and this is a blank page because I don't know, something was going on back then and I didn't feel like drawing. This is life beyond life. Again, the good and the bad voice inside my head making me do shit like this. So I've drawn leaves and written life beyond life with a question mark, also questioning what happens after death and all of that weird stuff. This is fear, and that is life. Fear takes over a majority of my time. It overpowers life, and I'm trying to change that. This is again me trying to be positive, seek the light within, the white light within, and things like that. This is basically a white patch that was left when I was dyeing this paper, when I was tea dyeing this paper. So I used that. And this is again some flower and another quote that I wrote. This is a doodle which I kind of like, and yet I see a lot of imperfections in that, which I try to ignore because perfectionism is. Anyway, this is hope again, me trying to be hopeful and positive and lovey dovey, and here you have love. And this one is I'm gonna make it. In fact, I only am at this very moment. Something, 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 which is again me trying to fight the negative voice. This, I don't know what I was thinking while making this, but yeah, I think I was practicing law of attraction. I'm happy, healthy, whole. I will live a great life, trying to, have affirmations, draw a happy picture of myself, and things like that. This was again a pretty pattern which I just went by. Again, a pretty color exhibiting the chaos of my mind. And I just really love these leaves. I love fall. So I think I was trying to get that vibe here. And next one is stuck. Oh yes, again something I can relate to all the time. I just feel stuck. How do I get off my head? Yeah, exactly. How do I get off my own head? I was trying to write something on guilt, and then I don't know what happened, and I ended up doing nothing. And this one is again a hand, and that's it. What they say, so something something. I don't know. It went by like that. This is again a diary I made out of the papers that I tea dyed to give them a vintage finish. This is the thinner sheet, the computer print paper, and here I've written, live out of your imagination, not your history. This is something I firmly believe in. I mean, I like to believe in, at least. Getting out of your traumatic past and using your imagination to fill the gap. This is a poem I wrote on self-love, a flower I pasted here. This is again something I wrote about life within you, the life it seems to have been lost. This is about memory a spiral, so I have a pathetic memory because of my problems, like my psychological problems. So it just feels like a spiral sometimes, a puzzle rather. And here is why. Am I really the chosen one, or have I simply led my life with the wrong example? Again, the dilemma that am I going through this bad time because I'm here to serve a purpose, or is it just my own doing? This is something I was writing on pain. Again, I don't know what I was writing here, but I think I left it in the middle of nowhere as well. And I really haven't worked in this diary after this, but I just wanted to share whatever little I'd done with you guys. And these pages that I'm sharing here, they're really personal to me, so I'm just giving a part of myself to you guys. This is a galaxy I painted again some time ago when I was feeling really artistically inspired. So this is just, I've dribbled some watercolor over a piece of white paper to try to give it the look of a galaxy, and I personally love this one. This is again me trying to play with colors and patterns, and I don't really have a name for this one, but I again like the gradient finish that has come in this painting. I think I'm still looking for the other one. Oh yeah, here it is. So these are, I think, acrylic paints. I just took a paper and I dabbed different paints on it. Not even dabbed, I sprinkled them, I guess. And this is the final product. I really like the abstract finish this painting has. This is nothing, professional or anything that I've learned. It was just, again, a cathartic expression of whatever was going on in my head, a creative artistic expression. Again, this is the black and white texture, me playing with colors, and here I think I've sprinkled colors from the brush as well. This is kind of a sunset sunrise mood going on, the summer mood, because I think I painted these sheets in summer last year, and I think this looks really pretty and vibrant, and I usually don't do things like that, so that's an exception. This is a marble finish that I tried to give on paper through watercolors. I did 2 sheets like this. One I used for my diary, and that one looked better, but I think this one also turned out decently. And yeah, here are the sheets that I told you in the beginning of the video that I tea dyed using green tea. It was a spare green tea. I wasn't drinking it anymore, so I just used it to color the paper. This gives it a vintage finish, and this is what I've used in all of the art pages that I showed you in the beginning of the video. And and I really like the way it turned out. I'm just a vintage fan. If it were up to me, I would give a vintage filter to my entire life. So yeah, I really like that. This is a page from my bullet journal. I made a video on this entire spread. I will link it down below. If you want to watch it again, you can, or if you haven't seen it before. This is again a spread I did a video on in my channel. I will again leave the description link in the description below. You can check it out. And this is just, one of those days when I was feeling artistically inspired, and I did these pages. And this page has also been featured in one of my videos. That was, I think, 10 healthy habits you must have. This is a page I did, I think, last year only, or maybe before that. You are your healer, which I firmly believe in, because we all are capable of being our own healers or being other people's healers. We just have to tap into that potential. And this is my life, my baby, my purpose. Let's heal this channel. And I think I was feeling really down when I made this spread, trying to uplift myself, trying to, uplift my mood basically. And this is again when I was feeling really anxious and depressed some time ago, a long time back actually, I think again more than a year ago. And these are the doodles I made when you feel depressed and anxious. I took these designs from the internet. This is not my own design, but I just used whatever talent I have or something and doodled them. This is a ticket I got in some fair, platform 934. All you Potterheads out there would know what I'm talking about. And here I wrote some quotes from Harry Potter on that brown paper. These are basically some of the pages from my bullet journal, which I used, I think, in 2017. And I didn't really use it as a bullet journal, but more as an art journal. So yeah, and I think now I'm looking for the other journal, which I also don't work in that often, but I use it whenever I feel like. Yeah, so this is that marble paper I was talking about, the one that I painted earlier. So I used it to create a calendar in my bullet journal. This is again another kind of galaxy ombre effect I tried to give, and I drew over it. I tried to draw a scenery. This is the January spread I've done to, plan my month, write a quote, play with papers and doodles. And this is the cover page of my bullet journal. Again, let's heal. And honest confession, I haven't really used this bullet journal that often. I only created the spread, but then I really struggle, in keeping up with filling my bullet journals. This is something I have to work on, because journaling is extremely therapeutic if we do it, from time to time or on a regular basis. And I think that I should be doing it more often. And here I am just putting a layout of all the spreads that I showed you guys so far. And guys, I really want to tell you that, art is such a therapeutic tool. Art therapy is a thing, If you don't know, then please look it up. And there is no right or wrong way to do it. It's just your prerogative. It's your space. You can do whatever you want, however you want. It's a creative expression, and sometimes it's a means for catharsis for all of us. And art has no set definition or criteria. It's as subjective as it gets. So play around, try what feels good to you. It could be pen and paper, it could be digital, it could be some other art form. But I personally feel that writing, calligraphy, journaling, drawing, painting, all of this has this, unique and amazing feel to it, and it does heal you. So try it. If you do, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you soon. Let's heal.